வணக்கம்ங்க, என் பேர் ஜெகதீஷ்.
This farmer's name is Jagadish. He has a 4-acre farm in Silanaikanpatti village, Tirupur district in Tamil Nadu. Born in a farming family, only in the last 8 years he is into natural farming. That shift happened after attending Subhash Palekar's workshop conducted at Isha. His pattern of planting is to first start with onions. In between onion, he has planted corn in all the rows and alternate rows of bendi and beans.
அதில் அவரை நட்டுருக்கு, இதில் வெண்டை நட்டுருக்குங்களா. இப்போ வெண்டை பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு லைன் ஒரு சைடு விட்டு ஒரு ஓட்டை விட்டு ஒரு ஓட்டை தான் நட்டுருப்பேன். இதில் ஒரு வெண்டை நட்டுருக்குங்களா, இதில் ஒரு வெண்டை, சென்டரில் மக்காசோளம்.
The greens and its nightshade fruits are bought by customers even if the leaves are wilted. The drumstick leaves he puts in a cover and sells as the livers tend to wither off. Still, people buy it that way because while cooking, anyways they have to remove the leaves. Along the borders, he has planted white rajma bean, which grows either as a bush or on papaya trees as a climber. In this row, we have bendi and the other row has beans. As the bendi crop duration is less, he plants brinjal in between the bendi plants so that as the bendi crop stops yielding, brinjal would have started fruiting. So this is how the field looks after planting onions. Onions take 5 to 6 months to harvest. Along with it, he usually sows coriander. This one and the other one were planted together. Here, because he had planted coriander as an intercrop, after harvest it looks barren. This is agati plant. He harvests both the fruit and also the leaves for sale. A bundle of 10 fruits sells for 10 rupees. Some plants he harvests the flowers for sale. In 1 acre, he has formed the pandal structure for climbers like bitter god, snake god, etc. As an intercrop, he had planted coriander. The coriander we see now has flowered and not fit for sale. As he had planted over an acre of coriander, the sale price was only 2 rupees per kg. The cost of labor to harvest and transport will not even break even that price. So he decided to let it flower and not harvest. As he follows natural farming method, there is no cost of fertilizers or pesticide. But for weed removal, he has 4 women regularly working at his farm. And their salary is taken care of by the profit which comes from the intercrops. This is a plot where he has planted climber tomatoes. Usually he lets the same tomato keep growing and yielding into the next season, but due to unusual rains, he has decided to replant fresh tomato saplings.
இப்போ தக்காளி நட்டது வந்து ஃபஸ்ட்டு வெங்காயம் நட்டுறதுங்க.
This is the first season he's experimenting with the pandal structure. Otherwise, here also he would have planted onion and other intercrops along with it. From next season, he plans to have onion planted first, then coriander, and the climbers also along with it based on their harvesting time. To experiment, he has planted one row of onion along with each row of bitter gourd, snake gourd, and rib gourd. Based on how it performs, he will know how to space the duration of the planting next season. Along the borders, he has planted coconut, papaya, and agatti. In this plot, he had sown coriander, bhendi, radish, and tomato. Coriander got harvested in 30 days, and bhendi, one crop was harvested. And then tomato was planted in place of bhendi. Radish is also simultaneously ready for harvest. This season, along with onion, he did not plant coriander because he is already not able to sell even the existing coriander. So, this is one continuous process of learning and planning every crop and every season. Here he has put 2 rows of corn to experiment how it performs in between the pandal structure. Rib gourd is all ready for harvest. Rib gourd comes to yield much earlier than others, within 40 days of planting. The rest of the climbers will start yielding in 60 days. He has used the yellow sticky traps to kill the sap-sucking insects. In the bottle is a dry fish meal bait. The insects go inside and get killed. He mixes dry fish powder with yeast and mix it in water or jivamrit. Through the holes in the bottle, the insects get drawn from the smell. Mainly, the vegetable borers, which cause damage to the rib gourd, is controlled by this bait. This is the symptom of the borer attack. You see this resin kind of paste on the outside. This indicates the borer has gone in and damaged the vegetable. In this plot of an acre, he has planted trees, mainly drumstick and papaya. Other than that, he has also planted jamun, peru, amla and pomegranate. In summer, the demand for coriander is high, and coriander will be planted in this shaded patch to meet the demand. This is a patch he is converting into a tree plot. He already has some papaya, but is planning to add some fig trees and other mixed variety fruit trees. Fig has already started yielding in 2 to 3 years. He has a mix of both hybrid and native papaya varieties. In between papaya, he has planted the cucurbits which spread on the ground so as to effectively use the space. native papaya does not yield during 3 summer months, but the hybrid papaya yields throughout the year. Overall, his marketing is taken care of with assured prices of 40 rupees per kg for all vegetables and 20 rupees per kg for tomato. As this produce is organic and natural, he has specific vendors to whom he sends through local bus transport. His clients are as far as Chennai and Madurai. He just sends in small trucks and loading and transport is taken care of by the vendors. Although he faced damage from pest and disease attacks in the first 2 to 3 years, now he finds there is no need even to spray the Neemastra or 3G anymore. And he finds it very profitable as he plants his crop so as to have a year-round yield from all the 4 acres.